YouTube. Today we're going to be talking about a company called Snowflake and their initial public offering, or IPO, and why Tuesday, September 15th, will be the biggest day for them. So if you don't know what Snowflake is, I do want to give you a quick summary. They're a data management company. They handle analytics, storage, sales of data, buying of data. If it has to do with data, they're probably going to have it. So this is going to be for businesses. It's not really for regular customers. It's going to be for business customers only. So I wanted to kind of give you all an overview of why big data matters. We live in the tech age, and I'm sure y'all know, but I want to give you all some insight that will show y'all exactly how big the data companies can get. So then the next thing I'm going to go over is a simple man's experience when you go on the website. Look, if a website isn't intuitive, if it's not set up good, if there are issues on it, it could be a bad sign for the company. Doesn't mean that they're not solid, but it's something that you want to be aware of. And lastly, I'm going to go over all of my thoughts on the company as a whole, what you as a consumer and potentially a shareholder should know. So I do have to give a quick disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. It's just my experience and my thoughts on a new company. So always consult one before you buy stocks or decide to invest in a company. So let's go over why big data matters. So in the 90s, there was a debate. Do we make the internet expensive, meaning you have to pay for your websites, you have to pay for your different social medias, you have to pay for YouTube, you have to pay for everything online? Or we make it free? Now everybody said, well, free is better, right? And yes, free is better. But there's more. So we decided that we wanted it to be free, and we were okay with almost any price for that freedom. Now, this allowed tech companies like Google to be able to sell your data. Now, selling data is what Google has gotten really good at. Look, if you compare their ads and their data sales, look, the data sales are huge, and the ads are only a small portion of that. And honestly, because they have so much data, the ads get a boost too. So I do want to, kind of give you all that way of thinking, because your data is valuable. So if we were just to get rid of ads, this is not data selling, this is not anything else. It's just getting rid of the ads that you see on the internet. The sides of the screen, the pictures in the middle, the videos that play, the one you watch before this, all of the ads. If you wanted to get rid of all the ads in 2014, it would have cost $159. Now, that's quite a bit of money, but it's gotten worse. So that was 2014. In 2019, it was $35 a month, which roughly you're looking at another $400, about $400 a year you're going to be paying. So this is a really big deal. Now, me alone, I use YouTube a lot before and after becoming a creator. So I am valuable to YouTube. But before becoming a creator, I heard how much I was worth to YouTube. So Economics Explained, they're another YouTube channel. They did a breakdown on how much each person is worth to YouTube. And let's just say that I'm somewhere about $25 to $45 a month for Google and YouTube. So I am valuable as an individual online. And I can only imagine how valuable y'all are. So just to set that in perspective, we're all human, but we're all worth a lot of money to these tech companies. So knowing that, keep that in mind because I'm going to go over some stuff later. But I want you to know y'all are valuable, and this company, just by its nature, is going to be big. So when you go to their website as a business, you go to their homepage and you see that they're kind of an all-in-one tool for data management. Anything that you need, they got. And they also, at the same time, it felt like we're trying to sell a business version of Google Analytics, whether it's YouTube Analytics, um, Google Trends, Google Ads. It felt like they were selling that. So that doesn't put me in the right place for them. And I'll admit, I'm a little bit biased. I like Google. I've been a fanboy. They're my company. So, but, you know, that is something to watch out for. Then they only manage data. So their responsibility is going to fall hugely on making sure your data is safe and the business's data is safe, especially with government documents and personal health information. Now, with that was on the first page, and I did a little looking around. Now, one thing I kept running into that I did want to let y'all know about is they're a data company. They like data. So I was trying to look for pamphlets, booklets, trainings, and a lot of stuff is free as long as you put in your information. This opens you up to marketing. It allows them to sell it to other companies for marketing. This is a company that focuses on data. And this is a big deal because it shows that from the very get-go, they are trying to extract data, which is good. If that's the service you're buying, that's good. Then I went to their pricing page. Now, their pricing page is one of my most concerning and most revealing pages that I saw. So they used a quote, and I'm going to quote it here in a second. And it sounds oddly familiar if you're in the tech space. You know that a certain company, one that everybody knows and we'll talk about here in a second, they have this slogan, and that's what they became famous for. So this motto, it's a little bit different, is pay for the compute and storage you actually use. Now, I think that this was a mistake, and they may have been trying to say computing. And the company that's oddly familiar with is Amazon Web Services. So this is the part of Amazon that makes all the money and then makes all the rest of Amazon, function technically when they're unprofitable. So this I knew that they were partners with Amazon somehow. I knew that they were using the same pricing model. They were looking at Amazon for tips, advice, something. Now, as we'll find in just a minute, I was correct. So they so some of their things is they, you can turn off when and what resources you're using. If you're not using it, you don't have to pay for it. They advertise you can store near unlimited amounts of data, which if it's Amazon, that makes sense. And you can grow the analytics with a very linear cost scalability. Not exponential, just linear, basically the same. Now, they do have 6 different tiers, and although I couldn't find the exact numbers on them, I do see that they have something for everybody. So they have like a basic one, and the basic one I could see for a small business, a business that's trying to get its foot in the door, trying to improve a little bit. This is going to be mom and pop shops. This is going to be small businesses with less than 100 employees, seeing what they can do with it. Maybe a new IT guy. Maybe colleges will try this. They do seem to have some certifications, so that may be something that they're looking at in the future. Then they have a more standard one, and this is probably going to be for moderate businesses. Then they have a Secure Plus. And this is kind of where, in my opinion, the value is. I didn't really find value with that many other ones above this. But it has security for HIPAA, which is going to be healthcare information, which is going to be a big deal if they're guaranteeing that, and government documents and school documents. So that's a good thing. This is a great value to their company. So they also have a data marketplace. I'm not sure exactly how this is working. If they're just trying to sell people's information, like, oh, hey, I have this person's email. I'm not sure if it's that kind of a thing, or it's metadata, oh, hey, this is what a whole group of people is looking at. So I'm not exactly sure what the marketplace is trying to achieve, but they do try and advertise that that's an option to help mitigate costs. So it seems like they're trying to get like a little bit extra in on their side. That way they can boost profits a little bit. And that's one revenue stream that I think investors will need to look at in the future to see if that marketplace actually becomes valuable, because I'm not sure of any other marketplace like that right now. So, as I said, healthcare information is kind of my specialty. I work for a major healthcare company. I can't say the name, and I'm not endorsed or sponsored by them on this video. But I did want to let y'all know that, I know how serious personal healthcare information is. And if they're going to advertise that they can secure personal healthcare information, that is a big deal. So my concern was, okay, how are they doing this? So I found that they're working with 3 partners. So the first is Deloitte, Deloitte. It's a company that does audits in cybersecurity. So I assume that this is their cybersecurity company and how they ensure that their data is secure. The second one is going to be Table U, which earlier I mentioned that Workforce was already working with them and partnering with them. I think that's why they're interested. Workforce is so interested. And they're basically just a sales team. And the last one is Amazon Web Services. So that's what I was saying I was right about. So basically, Amazon is handling all the infrastructure, and you're paying a marked up price for these services. And I think if Amazon can get on this, Snowflake is in a lot of trouble. If not, Snowflake got it. All right. So, as promised, I want to go over kind of some things that I want to watch out for. First, I think at IPO, if you do not buy the second the stock goes public, and I mean the second, I think you're going to overpay. I think you're going to overpay by a ton, and I don't think the stock is going to be worth it, because you have Salesforce trying to buy into it. You have Berkshire Hathaway. Look, it's Warren Buffett's first IPO. He's going to go big. Now, those are just the two that are actually saying that they're going to go for it. That's not including most likely Amazon. Heck, if you can get one of your customers, and this seems like a company that could be acquired by Amazon. I'm not saying that they are. I don't know any secrets, but Amazon has a history of going and buying the best customer experience, buying what works. So once the once all the giants invest and the IPO is over, the price will probably fall a little bit. This may be a time where you can invest some. Me personally, I might put $3 or $4 in just to say, hey, what could hurt? You know, what's the worst that could happen? Now, if this continues and like I expect, Amazon starts to invest, Workforce and Salesforce try and invest, it'll be a big deal. Then I think it'll stable out. It'll probably grow. I don't think it's going to grow to the size of Amazon or Google, but I think it'll be bought out by then. Now, some things that I see that are going to cause trouble. Any data breaches at any of these three companies, it's going to cause major trouble for Snowflake. Snowflake, at this point, is just a retailer of Amazon Web Services, making it more user-friendly, selling and giving away tons of free trainings that I think are going to majorly hurt or help Snowflake. And I'm concerned that if Amazon rebels at all, if they create their own products, if they work on their own system, Amazon's a big company. They can do this. That I've seen, there's nothing different from Google and Amazon that either of them couldn't do. So I do want to make you aware of that. Now, this is just kind of my overview. I want to thank y'all for making it this far. If y'all have, thank y'all so much. If you're considering investing or know someone that is, share this video with them. Let them know what's going on with Snowflake. Let them know that they may be in for a rude awakening with extremely high prices that may fall. A extremely volatile company that doesn't have the infrastructure that it needs and is very dependent on its partners. If its partners decide to change things up, they could be in for a lot of trouble. And lastly, the other companies could just outpace them. They could just bulldoze them over. So I do want to let you know that before you go and buy a whole portfolio of this stock. Now, again, me personally, this is my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor, but I do think that my opinions are valid and it's something to kind of look out for. Again, don't forget to share this video if you liked it. Hit like, subscribe, and I'll be trying to release more content as it comes out on Snowflake. But again, I'm not optimistic about it, and not for the reasons that everybody else is. I hope you like this breakdown of the Simple Men's breakdown. I'm going to be trying to go over some of the financial statements soon to see what exactly is going to be going on with them and see if it's going to be worth it. And I'll bring that to y'all as it comes. Thanks for watching.